himself there. But Behemoth, beautiful blink into some damage. And Swiftblade's still not bringing himself his Runed Axe that I thought he had.
Yeah, overall,
Excuse me.
right now, I gotta say, I think this game really heavily depended, to go with W4I's way, they really depended heavily on pushing those outer towers, getting some map control going. Otherwise you're gonna have those double carries, Corrupted and Swiftblade, farming pretty well, and that's gonna hurt you later on and destroy your mid game. And instead, Defiler opted to go around ganking with his ulti, which is interesting. It's not the best spell, but I mean, combined with Zephyr Gust and that sort of thing, keeping heroes in place, it did work, but it didn't work well enough. I gotta say, they gave up a free bottom tower, and then mid's now gone. So they lost both of those towers, and on top of that, they haven't gained any towers. So I really would have liked to see Defiler ganking a lot more. Corrupted Disciple running in, going on Defiler. Cursed Ground is on him, so he's gonna have to get out before taking too much nuke damage. So he's gonna get out fine, unfortunately, unless Wave goes off. Or Zephyr, there it is, Zephyr coming in from the side, missing Gust and missing his ulti, so poor play by Zephyr, now getting kited by Corrupted Disciple.
I'm actually not going to have to say poor play on that. I'm going to say European team playing on a US server.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate. I really wish there was a way to have 50 MS delay or less for every team. And although both teams are playing, great anti-ward at the bottom here,
yeah.
T7H. Doing a good job on that. It sucks. It's a fact of competitive gaming. Whenever teams from different continents play each other, there's just not much you can do about it. This US West team is playing on US South. A lot of people think East is the best, but actually South usually gives better pings to Europe based on how the internet lines work and stuff. I mentioned it earlier that W4I is a little behind in the pings. They're taking the worst of it, and T7H knows this. They're not trying to necessarily abuse this fact. No team really likes to, but it's just going to happen. So, although there's nothing that I can do, and there's nothing any person can do, you just got to play the game and do the best you can, and hopefully missed gusts don't occur. But obviously they do. I don't think that their Zephyr is a bad player. As a matter of fact, W4I putting up a fantastic display of talent against this dominant T7H team, and doing that, it's just I'm gonna have to say it was the server there that cost that missed gust. And what sucks about that the most is a missed gust means he can't ult effectively, because the mini stun after that does the ult and it slows their movement speed down. They basically would have killed Disciple. But because of it, they're not going to. So, it's just really unfortunate. Somebody out there try and find a way for latency not to occur. Let's start using FiOS and have our internet traveling at the speed of light, and we'll be all good from there, right?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Nevertheless, action coming in top, but are we gonna see a push here? Maybe, maybe not. Cap, what do you think of this game so far? Do you think that the Disciples kind of win it for them? Or?
Oh yeah, Disciples farming up pretty heavily and getting some great ganks off. But I was about to say they were gonna try. Corrupt Disciple was possibly gonna go on bottom there, but two heroes TP'd in. Yeah, it's unfortunate. They really need to get ganks off on Corrupted, but with their team, it's just so hard. They don't have any real whole lot of disables. They have Acid Cocktail, and given that animation, Corrupted Disciple is going to be able to outrun Cocktail before it actually gets a good stun off. So, there it is, Defiler. Here it is, finally a combo that we're going to see. Ulti off. Huge Behemoth stun. Nice play. Jeraziah going down anyway. Soul Reaper going to get caught up too. Yeah, just triple kill for T7H. They're going to take down mid, top tower, and possibly even another tower as well. So,
something I would like to note there, both Voodoo Jester and Zephyr were not in that team fight at top. I understand that you feel as though Repel on a Defiler plus Defiler ult is strong, but what a lot of people don't realize is she is squishy. And when you have Behemoth blinking and ulting you in the face, the rest of your team's going to go down. Now, given the magic damage was not done, or does the ult, the stun occurs. No, the stun is off of his third skill, so the stun doesn't occur, nor does the magic damage. Nevertheless, when all you have is Defiler by herself with a repel, Corrupted Disciple with Conduit's going to burn her down so easily. And really great ult there by Voodoo. Another good ult by Soul Reaper to stop Slither from getting away. I believe Slither is going to go down here. T7H got a little greedy, and you know, with everybody so low level on the opposing team because it's still so early in the game, they were able to respawn, pour back to the second tower, and have a solid defense there. So, you know, Corrupt Disciple going down, pretty big deal. He really needs to not allow that to happen. He's got some great move speed and such, so you know, you never really want to see that. Defiler, knowing that Behemoth is going to take that. Oh, Behemoth can fissure her for the kill almost. I thought she dropped to about 300 HP, so if she would have taken one more hit from the tower, Behemoth would have been able to fissure her for the kill, although I don't know, maybe he didn't have the mana, I didn't quite see. Yeah, overall though, I just think that the sit and tank style of plays is usually good, and then I see Defiler with phase boots, or Ghost Marchers, and I'm just like, if you're going to put a repel on somebody, they can't be healed. So they better have a lot of base HP to survive, you know, a few hits from Corrupted Disciple. Given she may have 2 braces, but she's still at 1100 HP. I'm sorry, when Disciple has Conduit on, he's hitting for 200 damage, and her armor is pretty low. Actually, we'll cut that. We have a huge battle about to happen on top. Zephyr
Behemoth needs 2 seconds for his ulti. Alright, it's up now, and he is invis.
Yeah, he's probably going to just grab a Blink ulti. Ooh, maybe? They need to back off of this creep wave. Behemoth's invis is still up for... excuse me, quite a bit of time. For some reason, I'm yawning like a monster today.
Yeah.
Voodoo sees Swift? Yeah?
Swiftblade getting a gank here, incoming. There it is, Curse Ground. They just... Oh, nice blink, or a teleport. Smart play by Swiftblade getting out. But I was going to say, Swiftblade's been farming very, very well at bottom. Plague was actually pulling Sentinel Forest creeps for him, and they were doing that. And Swiftblade has been farming up so well. He's just going around, taking those neutrals. Meanwhile, they're you know, 3-manning, 4-manning the rest of the team. So even if they do lose any sort of team fights, Swiftblade's going to come out real soon and just dominate everything.
Huge stun actually going off by Witch Doctor. Zephyr trying to get in there.
Nice
Slither ult. Zephyr doing a lot of damage. Story Brawl on Disciple. They take down Disciple, and the ult goes off for Jeremiah. It did not affect Slither, though. They need to burn Slither down right here. They're not going to be able to. I believe that was a huge fight for W4I going 3 for 1, and that Zephyr is getting buff. That Mock of Brilliance, by the way, I saw the Sword of the High, and I meant to talk to you about it, but just spaced it, because, I mean, it's been a pretty high-action game. We're looking at, you know, 35 kills, 27, 28 minutes in. Not the most action-packed game of all time, but definitely a lot going on. Yeah, Zephyr with Mock of Brilliance, and now Helm of the Victim. I'm curious to see whether she's going to turn that into a Whispering Helm, which I doubt, or a Shaman's Headdress, which it's interesting getting the Mock before Shaman's Headdress. Definitely more damage, obviously, but less tanking ability. I guess maybe she felt the magic damage from the Hellborn side was not enough to warrant an early Shaman's Headdress, but now it does? I don't quite know.
Yeah, I think it's a really poor play if he does go Shaman's Headdress. It's already too late for that. You have to focus on the Swiftblade that he's getting so farmed right now. He's level 16. He does have that level 3 ulti. And he just also got Whispering Helm. So he's going to be... Oh, nice counter ward.
Yeah, the counter ward there, actually bad luck for Voodoo Jester, who was invis. And, Zephyr comes in.
Huge ulti.
Yeah, huge ulti by pretty much Voodoo Jester, just coming in with a lot there, but T7H getting a couple kills, taking out Voodoo. Swiftblade when he ulted, doing a lot of damage. Corrupted is going to go down here, most likely. Behemoth blink stun. Crow Disciple does die. What did he... Oh, the proximity of the Zephyr ult. Wow, and you know, if Jeremiah would have been there, that fight would have been a huge difference. Or it would have been played a lot differently. Now, here's something to note. The bottom tower was up for